Hello and welcome to another stream. I'm Fatui and we're gonna do Gabriel Knight Sins of the Fathers Day 4, 20th Anniversary Edition. Let me boot this sucker up and there we go and switch. There. Okay, so where were we yesterday? We did a lot of stuff, and the idea is that we are trying to get closer and closer to actually figuring out who this Voodoo Queen is. We have a lot of stuff going on. Day 4 is going to be exciting, building up to a lot of stuff. So. First off, as always, check out the newspaper. We have that creepy guy over there. We need to figure out also why he's here.
Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murder. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Yeah, we need that because we need to make that fake jewelry we did a print on because we might need it at some point. Got that mole done. So first off, we're gonna talk to Grace.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that? Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay. Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting. Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking.
Do you have messages for me?
I've given everything to you.
Yeah.
Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Let's look at that.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Let's try that out.
Wolfgang Ritter's phone number.
See, what was it?
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Okay,
Didn't
09.
Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international? I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Okay. Let's go to the map then. Okay, first off, we're gonna go to Mosley. Gonna figure out why the hell he closed the case, because he's a nut job for that. Drummer is...
A drummer has decided to sit up outside the police station.
Okay. Mosley, you bastard.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch. I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Oh, come on. Somebody's pulling your leg, Knight.
Are you sure?
Ain't nothing secret about voodoo in New Orleans. There's a museum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but that's the stuff they want you to see.
You're getting mighty paranoid, Knight.
Actually, just a hint, the guy called, that called from Germany, Ritter, if you translate Gabriel Knight's name, Gabriel, which is, of course, a pretty classic Catholic name, but Knight is actually translated to Ritter in German. So that's actually true, that there could be a relation, just FYI.
Can you tell me anything about
actually a funny
voodoo
thing.
hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
Okay, actually, just FYI, it actually is a great benefit, especially in Gabriel Knight to the Beast Within, to know German, or at least understand it, and not speak it, but understand what German means. Understanding the language. It actually helps because it actually. Well, we'll get to that when we come to that road, but that's a benefit at least. I found that I've been living my whole life in Denmark. I live like 1.5 hours from the border. I've been to Germany many times. I actually speak it, and well, I used to be really good at writing also, but that's gone. I haven't written German in ages, and speaking it fluently is not as good as it used to be, because mostly I speak English to people, so I'm a bit rusty, but understanding it is still the same.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
Hey.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
The case? What case? I told you, the Voodoo Murders case is closed.
How can you just close it? It's not solved, is it?
Oh, it's solved. Turns out the Chicago Mafia was trying to invade local territory. Use the Mississippi for drug running now that Florida's so hot. What we had here was a little resistance from the local businessmen. Word came in this morning that the Chicago group is giving up and pulling out of Nolans.
But that doesn't bring the killers to justice.
Well, the boys upstairs seem to figure it this way. Let the slime kill each other. Better the vermin we know than Chicago vermin, I guess. The attitude in the department is that we just been done a huge favor. And they're probably right.
What about the local cartel? Are you just gonna let them go?
At least they're part of us. We'll deal with them over time. Always have. Nolans is pretty clean that way, you know?
Well, that's the illusion, isn't it?
Look, I'm not totally in agreement here either. But what can I do? These guys are not about to get caught. I'm disappointed about the book, too. Look, next big murder case I get, I'll call you in, and we'll do that one up right, okay? In fact, I could probably dig up some old cases, and you could spice them up.
No thanks.
Okay.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Oh, just solve the case pretty much.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Okay, now we know what to do. Pretty much solve the case and give all the benefit to
Well,
him.
I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
Jackass. Okay, let's... Okay. First off, we're gonna go to... I wanna go to St. George. I didn't actually get the chance to check out that guy outside.
Hey, kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace. Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
Now why did I do that? Because we need the money.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Okay. We got that done. Now we're gonna go outside and we are gonna go
See you later.
See ya.
to the Dixieland drugstore, and that's because I want to get my hands on that mask. We know there's a voodoo cult here. We know it's ancient, and we know that what's it called? That ancient Haiti voodoo cults actually used masks, so we're probably going to need that one if we were to stumble into a voodoo ceremony. So let's talk to Willie.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
There's no such thing. Not around here.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me.